Welcome to another episode of our NAB 2024 coverage. I'm here with Addy Ghani of Disguise. Addy, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
So, for those who don't know, because they're sort of new to Disguise in the film and television space, what's the history of the company?
Yeah, fascinating history. And how much time do you have, right? So Disguise comes from historically a live events background. If you think about concert touring in that space, we've been active in that space of about 2 decades now. And now to the point where if there is any major concert on planet, and it's a Taylor Swift or a Beyonce or a Justin Bieber, that concert touring is being powered by Disguise underneath. So all of the LED walls and the lighting, even pyrotechnics, fireworks, is sometimes controlled by Disguise.
And it's just renowned for being rock solid, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we make these really bespoke, high-end, high-performance servers, and these servers are ruggedized. They're meant to travel on the road and go on the concerts with you. And these operators around the world know how to use our software. It's a very specific set of things that they need to control. And so we give them this tech platform, and this is what a lot of the live events on the planet are run on. Not just concerts, but also things like the Oscars, Coachella, F1. Here in Vegas, the Sphere is powered by Disguise, as well as the Allegiant Stadium as well.
Okay. And so, of course, we get to 2020, COVID hits, all of a sudden virtual production. It's kind of a perfect storm in that the technology for real time has kind of got to a point where it needs to be. COVID makes people aware of the importance of being able to do things more digitally, and Disguise obviously has the technology right there, and so you guys really started to move into virtual production in a big way.
Absolutely. So what happened was very organic and very natural. During COVID, you couldn't travel, you couldn't take your crew to locations, so what ended up happening was a lot of live events talent were using live events technology like LED panels and Disguise to create cinematic content. One of the earliest cases of this was for the movie Solo, the Star Wars movie, and Disguise was used to play back the warp drive as the spaceship goes into hyperdrive. And so we saw that, we noticed that, we saw our technology being used in film and TV, and we sort of saw this new era of virtual production coming right then and there. This is 3 years ago. And fast forward to today, we have hundreds of film and TV customers all around the world.
Okay, so a lot of people who've dabbled in virtual production, they know about Unreal Engine, but maybe they don't know about Disguise. Why would you sort of pitch for Disguise over just out-of-the-box Unreal Engine work? Like, what's the secret sauce here?
Totally. Look, if you're running Unreal Engine at home or even in a small studio and you know how to configure end display for yourself for a wall, no bigger than 2K, I think it's fine. You could do it yourself. The minute you go up to a full-on production with professionals on set burning hundreds and thousands of dollars a day, you need a system that's super reliable, super bulletproof, and one that can be controlled in a very meticulous manner. And for that, Disguise is the solution. So for the productions that absolutely need Unreal Engine running on the wall, and then you want to switch to a driving plate, and then you want to control your lighting, you want to track your camera data, you want to be aware of the color space you're operating in, all of these professional tools all come with Disguise.
Right. And one of the things that I'm actually a big proponent of is the kind of 2.5D approach to virtual production. Yeah. And that's one thing that Disguise does really well, right?
Absolutely. I'm glad you saw that. So 2.5D is something, again, very organic. We saw a lot of our customers start to just use it. And they were creating these, kind of like in Nuke where you're compositing different layers. They were doing this for virtual production, for real time. So there would be an image in the back and then a rotoscope video in front of it, and maybe another image that's alpha channeled out in front of that. So 3 or 4 layers at most. And we would get support tickets from our customers because they were doing this on the field for film and TV. And we're like, wait, why don't we just embrace this, make a tool set out of it, make a workflow out of it? So that's exactly what we did. We launched 2.5D tool set earlier this year. It's been a hit. We see a lot of our customers just start to embrace it and use it. We sort of gave the market what they wanted.
And then if you do want to work with Unreal Engine, you guys play with Unreal Engine as well, right?
Absolutely. So Epic Games is a great partner of ours. Unreal Engine runs on Disguise natively, so we actually run NDisplay under the hood. What Disguise is doing is it automatically controls and overrides all of the minute controls of NDisplay. So it becomes so much easier for you as a user to move your screens around, to build enormous volumes. You don't have to go into the smallest details of control. You can just make those big decisions using Unreal. And the other thing is rendering power. You have a VFX background and you know how important GPUs are, and sometimes you have to flex multiple machines. In the case of one of our biggest customers, they have 30 machines that have to run in parallel to use Unreal, and good luck trying to synchronize the 30 machines all together. So this is something Disguise does day in and day out.
So actually talk to me about that. If I want to become, let's say I'm planning an LED volume and I want to become a Disguise customer, what does that look like? Is it, you guys are more than just selling the hardware, right? You're actually
we actually do it all. So it depends on how much appetite you have and how much you're willing to play with us, right? So at the very least, if you just want our box and you want to run your own shop, you want to build around it, go for it. We'll just sell you the box. On the other end of the spectrum, we'll come in, we'll assess your situation, your needs, your budget. We'll design a system for you, and then we'll build a system for you, deploy it, and even we build content for you. So if you need Unreal scenes or driving plates or even a consultant on site, we can provide all of the above.
One last question. So one of the things that often happens with virtual production is clients come with this naive expectation that you're going to have something amazing once you spend all the money in the wall, you're just going to drag and drop assets from the Unreal Engine marketplace and it's going to look amazing, and they end up going, this looks like a video game. And not realizing that $100 million worth of visual effects still cost $100 million, even if you're doing it before the camera rolls. So how do you guys kind of address that? That's one of the big missing pieces, is really high quality photoreal assets in the background. Yeah. And what's your kind of approach to that?
You nailed it. I see that all day long, actually. Well, I have Unreal, I have the marketplace, I downloaded these things, I put it on the wall, it just doesn't quite look right. Photorealism is hard. Photorealism is hard in traditional VFX. It is even harder in real time because of the limitations under real-time rendering. How do we address it? We have our own internal content services company called Meptic, who specialize in building incredible photoreal scenes. So if you don't want to construct the scenes yourself, you can just offload that to us and we'll do it for you. If you have to do it yourself, we also have a training program called the Virtual Production Accelerator, where we can kind of walk you through the steps. So there are retexturing involved, as you know. You have to light things differently. You have to address for shading optimizations. And most of all, it has to be performant, right? It has to be real time, run at 24, 30, 60 frames a second. And those are skill sets that take a little bit of time to learn and not necessarily something that you could do out the box.
But obviously something you've been having to do for decades, in terms of the live space, right?
Yeah, absolutely. On the live side, we see a lot of our customers, big concert tours, use an engine called Notch. Notch is an excellent game engine. I guess it's more of a visualization engine than a game engine. And the work that's being done in Notch is incredible. We're seeing a lot of Unreal Engine now come into broadcast and live as well. So it's a really interesting time, a really exciting time, because you have so many of these high-end tool sets and they all can be run on Disguise.
Very cool. Any things in particular that you want to kind of shout out that you're showing at NAB this year?
Yeah, so it's no secret that traditionally Disguise is the most premium brand. We're the most capable. We have the biggest support team. We have the most stages around the world. We also tend to be a little bit more expensive, right? As a result of that, we have quite a complex company to run. This year is super exciting because we have more products under the $100,000 mark. So we have more boxes that are more affordable than ever before, which means if you're a smaller outfit, smaller studio, anywhere around the world, you can join the Disguise family and benefit from all the things that we offer.
Okay, and if people want to check you out at NAB, your booth is
We're at the Row booth here as well as the B&H booth.
Okay.
And if you want to check out our website, it's www.disguise.one.
.1. Okay, cool. Thanks, Addy. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for your time, man. Thank
Okay.
you.